Good evening, Ted. I want to take a moment here and re-record the video we had of our lesson back in July. I believe it was your first lesson we had. Now, when you take a look at the golf swing here on the left-hand side, this was the first initial golf swing, and actually this right here, this is more of a heads-on view of it. Now, one of the first things that I would initially probably said, or what we would have went over, probably is going to be, it's going to start with the stance. When we would start with the stance and when we say this, what we're looking for initially is trying to get you into a position of one, narrowing the stance just a hair. You can clearly see on both these pictures that when you look at your width of your legs, you can see how they are so much wider than your shoulders. In this case, I would have told you I wanted you to line up your insteps probably a little bit closer to where they line up with your underarms. You know, that way we can make a little better turn, taking the club back to the right-hand side and then back and through to the left. Now, by seeing this here, we can just see just by narrowing it, it's going to make us a little bit better turn back and forth. Because when we see the picture on the left-hand side, what you can find here is as you come here, look at this big forward move to the left-hand side. You know, our body, literally, our head starts here. You see how that head kind of rocked back and forth, then came forward down and through. We cast the club down through, released it early, which we can see is quite a bit further back than what we did this last lesson. But you can kind of see here, the right hand collapses the left, right here. Body is sliding through, hands is going dramatically across the body, across and around our body here. So when we forward that golf swing, or when we kind of take it to the next position, go down the line, what we can see and what we can tell here is another position that we worked on in this lesson. One, as you take the club up, you get a little more longer extension here, and then watch what happens to the golf club. The hands are here, or the initial plane is right here as you take the club back. Now watch as you go forward, as that forward move to the left-hand side, look how those hands come around the body and come over, delivering that club on a little bit more of a steeper plane, which is a big difference between where it was here to where it ended up here, coming down. Now the club and the hands have to fight getting it back squared up by releasing the club early, thus in turn the club, let's follow the golf club here. This golf club goes this way, around the body and up. Now you can see it's clearly around that left-hand side rather than staying up and through that left shoulder as you come down and through. So a couple things that we did, you know, with this lesson was trying to get you a little bit more consistent down and through. So initially I just had you hit some short swings, you know, having that thought swinging back to, you know, 3/4, half swing, even at 9 o'clock position. But you can kind of see here, all I wanted you to do is dropping that right elbow into the side as we turn up, and just initially feeling that transition right here. It's not the greatest view here. I must have been, I don't know what I was thinking when I did this, but you can kind of see it's a bad picture here, but you can initially see, especially right here, the angle that the club is coming in just by delivering the elbow right to the side. Look at the difference. You can see how this right elbow here for you goes from here, and I'm going to erase some of these lines here. It goes out and away, whereas you can see here, you get back to here, that right elbow goes down almost on the exact same plane that that club comes down on. Here, body turns through, club finishes down. And look at your posture there. Look at your spine angle. Look at your shoulder turn through the shot. Drive with the legs. Big difference than what we see here, down and through. And you almost see right there, look at the difference right there. You know, big difference in the angle. Because of the hands or the elbow coming out, coming at a lateral move rather than a downward move, and brings the hands, bring the shoulders out of the way on a little bit more of a steeper approach coming down into the ball as we see here. Thus, in turn, look at the difference, and you can see right here, in this case here, look how your spine is here. Let's erase that last point there. Okay, compared to Better alignment coming down and through the spine. Big difference. You see that big curvature in that spine because the hands are going around the body as you come out because they came out over the top. So with this position here, I had just a nice elbow, let the hands fall down, kind of just hitting that little slow pitch shot. You can also see in the same case here, that club path or that angle is parallel or almost identical to the one that you came down on. Here to here. Great swing there. Great position. So little 70, 80, 120-yard pitch shots is all I want to see there. And then getting that right elbow to the side. Second thought I had you think about here. Watch this. I had you think about skipping that rock. So we used the ball to think about skipping that rock. Now watch as you take this club back here. This ball back. You turn it back. Now watch where this elbow comes. Elbow drops down to the side. Look how that elbow comes around and down. Bam. Right back into the side. Just that little movement out at the target is all I wanted you to see as you turn around. See the shoulders fouled it, shoulders came down, elbow came out just like you're skipping that rock. That's all I was wanting you to have that sensation of. That right elbow into the side, body turns under and through. Look at the difference just in those two positions of where that right, let's follow the right elbow here. Here. See the difference? It went up and around. Up and around. Up and around, down and around your body. Big difference in those two moves or those two positions. And that's all I want you to. So, when you think about this this little skipping a rock thought, this skipping a rock, throwing the ball down the line, two sets of, just throw 20 balls, 20 rocks. Anything in that positioning to get that feeling where the shoulders turn around that spine, that right elbow comes to the side, down through that position. Now, what we worked on next then is just something very simple. I want you to swing underneath the rope. Now, you'll watch here as I take you up here, and I bring the rope up, and I've got some tension in the rope. What I want you to have the thought of is you brought the club back down the line here. I want that right elbow to drop. Hands come from the inside. And you see how you swung that club underneath the rope. Look where the hands are, right through there. That's what I'm talking about. You can see a difference right there and right there. Look at these two positions of where the hands are here, where the hips are. Elbow is out away from the body. Look how it is right there. Look how the elbow's coming in, coming down, driving of that right knee. Look at the difference here. Big difference in those two positions. Just staying under and through the shot. That's what we're wanting to look for here when you do this here, Ted. Big difference. All right, down through. Now, the next position here, it's still same type of thought, except you see a little bit more of what I'm discussing here. We'll take the club up. Through, underneath that position. Look at that position down and through that shot. That's what we're wanting to look for. That's what we're wanting to see. Great positioning. See that right elbow coming to the side. Also, what we don't see is the length in that backswing. That's what we talked about there too. I'm going into the future here, but that's what we talked about in the last lesson was the way that spine angle was tilted back to give that outer loft, or also that early release of the club because of the length of the swing. Look at the difference just in those two. You had this at the beginning of this lesson here. Look at the position here. Look at where I've got you here. This looks very similar to what we went over in the second lesson. Got that right elbow into the side, allows you to turn down and through that target, swinging underneath that rope. Getting that right elbow into the side, two different positions that we see right here and here. Okay, good job there. So similar type of thought. What you can theoretically do is if you had two ropes tied together, swing down and through, or have that feeling of where you're just swinging down and under that position. 2 sets of 20 reps, something along those lines of where you're swinging down under, swing down under. So as we look here, what we're thinking about here. As you turn up, what we want to see is nice, easy swing up, make your turn up, get the right elbow deck down, and through our shot. Big difference between that swing there and this swing here. Let me get you fast forward to that position. Actually, it's the exact same swing. Oh, I'm sorry. Got distracted there. So we're here. Looks like you're chopping wood there. Look at that. That little swinging the club up off the shoulder, coming across. Here, bringing it down under and down the line. All right. Still not all the way there, but much better from where we want to see. All right. So now if you have any questions, Ted, I want you to give me a call. 314-724-6539 or shoot me an email, michaelwyckoff@gmail.com. Thank you.